a sole practitioner coach, so I have my own business in coaching, and I have been doing this for over 20 years. And I came to coaching from a business background. And while that has been the basis of my coaching practice, I will say right away that, you can come from so many different backgrounds to become a coach. But my company primarily serves people inside organizations as an individual coach, a team coach, and a group coach. And I do also some consulting as well, in terms of consulting people and building their coaching programs internally to their organizations. So I came at this from a business background, but really in coaching, an important thing to distinguish is that you're not giving advice. So I'm not leaning into my business knowledge at all. Really, in coaching, we're helping other people think. And so the key there is that we stand back from problem solving, whatever challenge they bring, but rather we help them think about the problem. So I might give you an example of what that looks like. So if somebody came to me and they said, oh, I need a new job, and I want to find a new job, and I'm struggling with finding the new job. If I were a consultant or an advisor, I might say to them, oh, I have a great book. I can give you the book. I've got the system. This is how you look for jobs. Let me tell you my own personal experience with looking for jobs. But as a coach, I won't do that. What I'll do instead is say, so what's the real challenge there for you? And that could be anything. And that's actually an important practice for all of us is, we want to answer the first problem or question that comes at us. But as coaches, we learn that really the hard part is what's hard for that person. So as a coach, what I do in my particular practice is to help people think about the developmental challenge in front of them, which can often be something like, I need to work with my team better. I need to build better communication skills, things like that. They also, though, might say to me, I'm struggling to show up at work. I'm exhausted. I have a lot going on at home. And we coach that too. And for many coaches, that's really the primary piece of their practice, is a sense of life balance or the things in our life that we want to be better. So one of the things that we help our clients with is finding the problem they want to solve for. People might come to me and say, hey, my boss told me I should be coached. Or someone might say, I know I need a coach, but I actually don't know what I need to use it for. And so one of the things a coach does is to help people to think about their lives or their work or themselves in a different way with aspiration, right? So I'm here today and I know that there's something missing in my life, but I don't know what I need to be coached on, right? So then that's our job as coaches, is to help with, to say, well, tell me, all right, what are the aspects of your life now? And how are they doing? So how's your work? How's your home life? How's your friendships? How's your sense of connection to spirituality? So many different places that we can go. And we are asking questions. We're getting curious with our clients to help them be curious about, maybe there's something that I do want here. One of my favorite coaching techniques is the dream goal. And we often set our goals in life around the next best thing. How can I make my life a little bit better? Rather, as coaches, we get to sort of say, well, what would a great life look like? And that gets us a little bit away from all the struggles and the barriers that we have in our life and the things that we use as shields to what we'd really be passionate and love to do. And so dream goal coaching is really a fun and inspirational way to move into coaching. When I think about the 100 entrepreneurs and the people there, and I think about the people they serve and the people that they are and their potential career paths in coaching, I think about people who really experience and understand, really rich and difficult lives often, real life challenges for themselves and for their family members. And boy, is coaching ever helpful there, to help people to just navigate the day to day and problem solve what's challenging for them there. But it also, because of the intensity of the day to day for so many people, it's helping them to rise above the day to day and say, how do I think about my life a little bigger and a little bit longer term, so that I'm looking forward to something, that I'm building towards something. You don't have to be there today. It might be, what do I do this year to get somewhere a little bit better? And then you can build out into the little bit better becomes something great. So what's the litmus test of who would be a good coach? What makes a great coach? You know what? First of all, it's that you care, right? You care about people, you care about others, that you want to make others' lives a little bit better, because if you're passionate about that, this is the job for you, right? So your intention to be of service to others, I think, is the first and maybe the most powerful attribute of a good coach. And then there is, like, you're a grower, you're a learner, and you're always looking at yourself. And you're saying, if I'm in service of somebody as a coach, there are a lot of things I need to learn about. So I'm going to learn, right? I'm going to engage in training. And I've been doing this 25 years. I am still learning how to be a good coach. And I do that through a coaching community called the International Coaching Federation. Has a lot of information on coaching accessible to everybody. They have classes, they list trainings, so accessing the coaching community to learn more is key as becoming a good coach. And then there's, in that learning, and you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your tendencies when someone brings a challenge to you. So, for example, my tendency might be, because I care about people, I want to fix the problem. I need to find the answer. What we're learning to build the muscles around as coaches is how to stand back from being the hero there, and how to help the other person be empowered to find their own solution, to craft their own solution. And so that's, it's something I keep learning. I'm really vested in my clients, and I really want the best for them. So I feel like I need to get them to the answer right away. But what ultimately helps them is to empower them to be better problem solvers. The art of empowering people is, gosh, it is an art, it's not a science, because what I find hard about not handing somebody a solution is not the same thing as somebody else might find hard. For me, it might be in any given situation. Gosh, I think about my kids. I have some fear there. I'm like, oh, are my kids going to be okay? I got to solve this problem for them, right? That gets in the way, your own fear. And in that case, it's recognizing the thing that gets in the way. In this case, I want for them and I'm afraid for them. And just being aware, self-awareness, and then managing it and saying, okay, Sandi, the best thing you can do here is to help them think about this challenge so that they're building the muscle of solving future challenges. So yeah, so that for me is probably one of the biggest things in the way of empowering others. So how do we structure a coaching engagement? That's a good question. We want to think about what the person is suggesting that they'd like from the coaching. So we first have a chemistry meeting, so to speak, and say, here's what coaching can do. And what is it you think you might want to get from the coaching? And then they articulate that, and we might say, oh, I think in 3 months, we might be able to achieve something along the road of that goal. And what that would look like is, I'd say 2, maybe 3 sessions a month for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And so I'm always contracting over time. Why? Because a single session of coaching, okay, you can get somewhere in a particular moment. But if I'm looking for something like a new understanding of my life balance, I'm going to need some time to practice things and to try them out, and then tell you how they went. And we're processing them together and sort of saying, well, what is a way of integrating what you've learned here and what's the next step. So we want a time, over time relationship that helps us to integrate new learning. For myself, I work with executives, and often the institution's hiring me, and a typical engagement might be 6 months with sort of 2 hours a month. And I'll do some work style assessments, some motivation assessments. I might do some interviews around that leader to find out how others perceive them, to help inform what they want to work on. And so then we get that data, we work together, and then we check in on the goals that we set from the beginning of the coaching. And at the end of the 6 months, it's like, what did we learn? What's left to learn? And, do you want to recontract, or who's going to be that support for you to help continue your learning? So I'm an instructor for leadership coaching for organizational performance. And that is housed in 3 different universities, North Carolina State, American University, and Rutgers University. And it is our AU-based class is 100% virtual, and we can reach people all over the world. So that's really fun. And it's a accredited training program by the International Coaching Federation, which, if you are interested in getting trained, go on the ICF website and look up training programs that are accredited by ICF, because then you're getting sort of the top of the line training. So we have about a 12 full day program over 5 months. And then we have some, work that you do offline as well. We get you practicing coaching right away, and we review your recordings. We're giving you tips. It's very customized to the individual. So at the end of that, you get certified from our program, and then you can go on to get an international certification with ICF if you choose.
Wonderful.